I want you to look at yourself from a year from now on and say, I've made it. You're not just watching this video. You are here because you want to become the better version of yourself. All you have to do is ignite that fire in you and keep moving forward. You don't have to be that bonsai plant, sitting pretty in a pot, trimmed and conditioned in a controlled environment, because growth does not come in comfort, it comes through adversity. That's why we've heard numerous stories of billionaires and millionaires whose initial ideas were rejected, but truly made them who they are today. What does that tell you about life? Life will always put you through challenges and surprises, but it is those who push through those setbacks see exceptional results. So next time you tell yourself, I'll get on it later, remember, life rewards those who are persistent and those who do not quit. And to those who are new in my space, I'm Mifra, your host on Raise the Bar. Today with me is Tiron, with a psychologist who will support with research based on science to support the strategies put forward by Tiron on how to stay fit when life gets hectic. Hi Sumaiya, welcome to Raise the Bar.
Hi Mifra.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's a pleasure to have you today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Great. Tiron, it's a pleasure to have you back on Raise the Bar.
Welcome back. Hi Mifra, my pleasure.
Tiron, we find the hustle life often glorified, and I think it impacts the health and well-being of many people, although they don't realize it. And I think the problem comes when hustle life is associated a lot with work, and the focus is taken away from yourself and the well-being. And again, I think being busy is when you don't have strategies and plans in place to have other important things in your life in place when life goes off track. Why do you think these strategies or plans that we discussed in the article is important to have in place on days that life gets busy or you do not have the usual schedule happening? Could you explain why we need these strategies in place?
First of all, Mifra, most important thing is like your health, right? So health is your wealth. So rather than like giving priority to other things, so main thing I would say your health. But still, if you want to strategy, so let's say if you plan your day in a way which is like a workout also in schedule, but still if you're not, if you can't make if you can't stick to your workout that particular time, but still then you need to have a backup plan, which is, I would say, it's like this. The thing is like your plan is to go for a gym or maybe for a run, good 1 hour or 45 minutes. That's your main plan. So if you still plan it for 45 minutes, 1 hour, but still you have missed it, or maybe like in the early morning schedule, like you maybe overslept. Or maybe like previous night you had like a late night, you catch up your good night sleep. So because of that you have missed the first thing in the morning, which is to 1 hour workout.
That's right.
But what you have to do is like as a backup, you may not find in your during the day that 1 hour, but still what you can do is you can short down your workout. So I always say our FIT principle is what you need to do is frequency, intensity, time, type. So time, when you talk about time, is 30 minutes, the maximum of 30 minutes, so which you can do the training. Or else, if you can't still stick to 30 minutes, we can cut down to 15 minutes, which is what we need to do is we need to identify when you have a backup. So backup should be very strategic plan. So the thing is, just doing workout or like strategically you doing the workout. So within 15 minutes, how are you going to raise your heart rate from your resting heart rate to training heart rate? So which is you need the workout need to be efficient, not just matter of you doing the workout. So basically, I would say a priority given to your wellness first. But still, if you have a problem or if you had an issue, or if you do have like if you can't make it to that plan, so stick to at least for 15 minutes, very much of strategically planned.
Okay. There are days we get busy and we start overeating because we can't keep track of calories, or we're on holiday and we're binge eating. How do we strategize without overeating and going overboard with calorie intake during busy times, and say if you're on holiday? How can we be mentally prepared, or what kind of strategies we have to have in place so that we are in control?
Okay, so overeating isn't just about hunger.
Okay.
It's more about stress and decision fatigue.
Right.
So usually when people are overwhelmed, their amygdala gets activated.
Okay.
And this increases your cortisol levels, which weakens your prefrontal cortex,
Okay.
which is in charge of self-control and decision making.
Okay.
So this is sort of where your cravings kick in and you start binging.
Okay.
And there are psychological techniques and tools, of course, that help you sort of regulate this.
Okay.
And one is a stress regulation tool. This basically helps lower your cortisol levels and calms you down a little.
Okay.
It brings your rational brain back into control.
Right.
And
So
then,
what techniques do you have that kind of helps people bring it back to rational thinking? Because you're either now stress eating or binge eating.
yeah. So there's mindful eating,
Okay.
right? And when it comes to that, this sort of boosts your self-awareness
Okay.
because it strengthens your prefrontal cortex.
Right.
And this basically helps you take a pause, take a break, and actually think of what you're going to put into your system rather than just going crazy and eating whatever's in front of you.
Yeah. So this takes a lot of, I think, self-control and
Yes, it
self-restraint.
does. Yes, and self-awareness as well.
Okay. So how do people kind of learn these techniques? Like, how long does it take, or is it something they need to sort of remind themselves?
Yes, it's more of practice makes perfect, right?
Right. Yeah.
The more you do it, the more used to it you get. And yeah.
Okay. And Tiron, what strategies would you put forward
Yeah.
to help stress
This is,
eating?
as Sumaiya said, like basically the stress eating is not your hunger. So what you need to do is, like, strategically, what you have to put it is, you need to eat or you need to drink as you plan your workout, as you plan your day. The food also need to be in a plan.
Okay.
So basically, let's say if you feel hunger, maybe it's not food you need. So maybe like you have not hydrate yourself. So the first part, like, is 0 calories. So why not, like, you hydrate yourself?
Yeah.
That's the first thing what you need to focus on it. So the thing is, like, I believe always your mood fixes is carbohydrate. So basically you hit carbohydrate to consume more to, as she said, like, to drop the cortisol level down, which is like a easiest part which you taking. So every time what we're saying is, like, you need to be structured yourself how you're going to eat. So this also, as you said, like, backup plan for the training. Also we can have the backup plan, like when you have a stress and like you're mindful, okay, your work is such, your day-to-day is such, and the work scope, my family life, my job, so everything is the surrounding, there's a work of frame. So then you need to have, as a plan, you can have like a healthy snack around you on the table, like if you're in the office, on the table. So you can have like that snack. So rather than like you end up having like a sweets or like a dessert. So what you can do is, like, you can have like healthy snacks, so which you need to plan yourself. So I always says, like, you feel hunger is so much, like, as Sumaiya says, in the psychology ways, so many ways. So why? It's not because of you're really hungry.
Yeah.
So maybe you're stressed, maybe you're dehydrated. So you need to calm yourself first.
Yeah,
So
but instead of reaching out to food for comfort,
exactly.
you need to have other techniques to sort of calm yourself down.
Absolutely, Mitra. So that's what we need to plan it ourselves. As I said, like, the fitness, wellness, healthy lifestyle is not just for the moment. So you need to have a long-term plan. So likewise, if you have like short-term, long-term plan for your rest of your business to every single thing, this is more. You need to give the prioritize.
Yeah.
So then you understand training and food goes together, and plan it both together equally. That's what matters.
So you don't feel stressed because you're training all right, but then your food is not in order. You don't see results as well, right? So you don't fall into that trap of feeling frustrated over and over again.
Exactly. The thing is, okay, just example me. The thing is like, if somebody sees my intake, my food, so they will ask, Tiron, why are you eating same thing over and over, right? So, but in terms of my goal, I do have a purpose. So I eat for a purpose,
Okay.
right? So yeah, on and off, I would do, I would eat, I don't say cheat, I would eat sweet, I would have like a little bit of high carbs. So those are not cheating. So actually you need those stuff to fix your mood. So I'm sure like you will agree. So stress, you can't stop being stressed. What you can do is you can manage stress. Likewise, you shouldn't stop then and there. I'm sure like we can remember like the first few podcasts we said, our core is the main thing. Where are you coming from? So are you a junk eater? Then your core is that. So then you need to cut down in a manner. So now, this example, how we work out. We work out, gradually we increase our heart rate, and gradually we drop your heart rate once the workout is done. And same time, why not this entire lifestyle? It's a long way lifestyle. Why we can't do every single thing gradually? You can't do overnight. So basically, when it comes to eating habit also, you need to stop gradually, or like change gradually. I would say change. So I would use rather stop. Gradually we need to change our eating habits as well in a way. So that's a message I would love to say when it comes to food. So overnight, or a week, or a month, maybe over 6 months, you can't change. But make sure you eat for a purpose.
Okay.
But you shouldn't do other way around. Like, don't make food as an enemy.
Okay.
So food is always, it's a good friend. Like, it's pressure your eyes, smells good. So it gives you a good mood. But make sure what you're eating, what is your purpose for eating. So if you know your purpose, you will end up doing the right, like you will have a right result at the end of the day.
Okay, interesting.
And just to add on to Tiron's point, I feel like meal prepping also really helps with that.
Yeah.
Because this is a decision you make to eat healthy while your brain is still calm and conscious, right?
Yeah.
And in times of stress, convenience wins. So make a healthy option your first and easiest choice.
Okay.
And you do that before the stress actually takes the wheel, and you're using your executive brain for it.
Right. Okay. Interesting. That's a good take on it. One other thing that I think affects people immediately is their sleep patterns. When things get busy, or they have a long day, or an early morning, your sleep schedules keep changing quite often, and that's impacts people in different ways. It impacts their mood, how they regulate their emotions next day. Also helps them to, if they have a good night's sleep, helps them to make those decisions with clarity. What strategies do we have in place for individuals who have a busy lifestyle, or those who had a long night and they need to get back to work early next day? How can they manage their sleep schedules?
Okay, so a constant sleep pattern, it starts with neuroregulation, right? So when someone is overly stressed, this activates their amygdala again, and cortisol rises.
Okay.
This basically puts your brain into a high alert mode and makes it harder for you to wind down. So it's just a lot going on in your brain, you're overthinking, you're overstressing, and it's just hard to actually ease into the night.
Okay.
So I feel like evening routines really help with this. It could be dimming lights, listening to calming music, going for a late night walk, things like that. Because this actually helps calm you down by reducing your arousal. So evening routines really help with this. And it could be things as simple as listening to calming, peaceful music, journaling, jotting down your thoughts, going on walks. These help calm you down by bringing down your arousal because it activates your parasympathetic nervous system.
Right, yeah.
And then this sort of gives your brain a safety signal, which tells you, okay, it's time to wind down, and it helps you ease into the night.
Okay.
And cognitive reframing and cognitive diffusion also helps bringing overthinking to a lesser point. So you reduce your overthinking, and this gives your prefrontal cortex more strength and the power to take control again.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and also setting regular sleep timings and being consistent with it helps lock in your circadian rhythm.
Okay.
And this basically it boosts your mood and gives you mental clarity as well. So you don't end up going to sleep with constant worries and overthinking. It's just you're calm, you fall asleep.
Okay. So what strategies would you give?
So basically, Mifra, what she said was like 100% I agree, right? So it's a more into your mental the stress. So also the mental and the physical stress as well. So basically, physically, if you're really stressed, which is if you work out late night before your bedtime. So things like body needs to wind down. So body will not wind down until for some time. The thing is like you want to go to bed and this is your bedtime, and also you know your next day schedule. So you need to have at least minimum of 6 to 7 hours of sleep, which you can't hit because your body is going on stress. So because of you've been working out, so you did a good thing, working out. But thing is like you need to plan to do workout a little early. So that's one thing you need to, when you plan it. So if you think you don't have a time to work out and like if you want to sleep this particular time, what you need to do is you need to do light workout. So as she said, like mentally, if you have the stress, the mental stress is there. So walking is much more greater than like you're running on that time or like a lifting heavy weights. So it's a light workout which you to calm down, to wind down yourself and listening to calm music. The thing is like most of the time what we do is like when you work out, like especially when you do lifting weights, so we listening to like the crazy music, like bum bum bum. So exactly, it's the techno music most of the time. So these music also takes time us to wind down ourselves. So it's like the physically, mentally, the way we aggressive by that time. So we to wind down, it takes time. So again we are going backwards, like the planning and the planning such like things like a backup plan. If you want to if you didn't have the time, you have to work out late night. So which you need to work out, but you need to work out very light workout because you have to think, you have to prioritize which one is which time we have to do. So prioritize is like good sleep. The thing is you can work out, you can hit, like people says better to do exercise. At the same time, the recovery time does the wonders rather than like you're working out. Yes, you have to work out, but wonders happening while you're sleeping. So your body recovering, like building your body and losing fat, everything happens, like your biomechanism works, so everything happens when you sleep. So basically you need to plan such way light workout, or like if you want to do heavy workout before at least 1.5 hours early. Also your eating, so eating habits, like we talked about last time as well, like if you eat late night, so this is what happens. So body goes down the stress because if you eat late night, so body need to digest. And like how you're going to wind down, so like is everything connect to your central nervous system. So the message goes here, listen, okay, there's a food, I need to digest. So likewise it takes long time to wind down your body. So wind down your body. So though you sleep, or maybe like you can fall asleep, but actually you will not have a proper REM sleep. Am I right?
Yeah, of course.
So you will not have a REM sleep. So basically what you need to do is you need to plan such a way. If you have a stress day, how are you going to stress-free to go to the bed? So you had it like maybe good 15-16 hours stress day. So the sleep also, like if you have a stress, you didn't have a proper good day.
So really affects long term, is it?
Exactly. So it actually long term it's effective big time. So because of that you need to plan in such a way. But I don't say not to work out. You need to work out, but plan it such way. If you work out in the morning,
just have some movement.
Exactly.
In the day.
That's right.
Yeah,
and
depending on
good stretches.
Yeah.
Because like day to day maybe like he or she, her work maybe like walking up and down. So you can have a good stretch to release the lactic acid. So that also calms down your body. But rather like you're sleeping with the DOMS.
Yeah. Okay. So that also takes us to, we would touch base on stress, and how can we avoid chronic stress? Have a lifestyle, because everyone's busy, be it work, be it family, they're managing something or the other, be it studies, yeah? So that can all accumulate stress levels if you're not balanced. So how can we avoid chronic stress, and what strategies and what causes chronic stress, and what strategies should we have in place that we don't get there?
Okay, so what causes chronic stress? Again, your cortisol levels. That is your stress hormone.
Okay.
Right? It can be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Okay.
And so basically your cortisol levels, it affects your HPA axis, which is your brain-body stress circuit.
Okay.
Right? And with time, it because your amygdala gets activated to a point where it floods your body with cortisol.
Okay.
With time, this disrupts sleep. It weakens your prefrontal cortex,
Okay.
which is, like I said before, it's for self-control and for decision making, which is why when people get stressed out, they don't act themselves, they overreact, this is because your prefrontal cortex is weak and your amygdala gets overstimulated. And all these three factors together make a person very emotionally reactive.
Okay.
Which is why people act the way they do when they're stressed out.
Right. Okay.
And again,
and that's when they don't make those decisions with clarity, right?
Exactly, yeah, because
they overshadow the decisions.
Yes, yeah. The emotional regulation is not balanced, and they're just all over the place.
Yeah.
So even for this, there are mindfulness techniques.
Okay.
This actually helps you, it calms down your amygdala and it gets your prefrontal cortex to calm your emotional noise,
Okay.
basically. And there's cognitive reframing, which is where you reframe your stress. You think of it in a way where, okay, this is hard, this is tough, but I will get through it. I have a backup plan, And this sort of lowers your negative perception on whatever you're viewing, and it builds your resilient thinking as well.
And it's again a long-term practice that you need to keep on.
Yes, this is it all comes with practice.
Yeah.
And eventually practice makes perfect. So you will master it one day.
Yeah. Tiron, from your end.
So as Sumaiya mentioned about like the hormone system and also the nervous system, also your internal organs also, like it works, it does a major role, which is like, when you get stress, you get panic, as you said. So panic, because of the panic, your heart rate raises. So once the heart rate raises, so you need more oxygen comes to your body. Okay. So if you don't have, if the body supplies lack of oxygen, it's directly impact your brain. Okay. So that's why like you've seen like a chronic, the person who does have a chronic heart issues, they will end up with the heart attacks. Okay. So because of this stress, couldn't take it by that time. So what would I suggest is like, as she said, like it's a practice. So the way the people who does exercises, which is like strength training or also cardio, also they should implement to your system like meditations as well. So which is to calm, like it's a practice of calm yourself down, and also it helps to inhale and exhale like oxygen, build more oxygen, so like increase your VO2 max. So basically VO2 max, I would say you need to do fartlek training, which is like outdoor, like the heel training to increase your VO2 max. But still, if you have some sort of a lung capacity, which when you do the meditation, so they regulate the cardiovascular system as well. So pretty much you structure yourself, you work out, you go for a healthy diet, and also do the meditation. So you do have a self-confidence. So whatever stress comes, you're like 100%, you're ready to face it. The thing is like, if you don't have a confidence, if you're not mentally, medically, if you're not fit, so it's very difficult to take the stress and to manage the stress. I always say like, I don't think you can cut fully 100% cut down the bad eating habits or like bad regular like a working
Stresses.
stresses, working pattern which they have not come for an exercises. And likewise, the stress also, you 100% you can't cut it down. I'm 100% sure nobody says to cut down like that. But what we can do is we can manage it. So us to manage, we need to prepare. This is how it is. This is the life. And as you said, people do have family. They're like stressful. The day-to-day lifestyle and the companies to run. There's so much of day-to-day is the stress. So they know it's not a new thing for them. But only new thing will be the new stress or new issue. New something will come top of that. So what they have to do is they have to be more stronger to face it. You have to be stronger. So mentally, you need to be strong. So mentally, if you're physically strong, you're mentally absolutely strong.
Okay.
So that's it's tie up each other. So if you're not physically strong, you're mentally like you can't be strong.
Okay,
So if
they're
you're
correlated to each other.
Exactly.
Because
So
of the hormones the body releases when you're physically fit or when you're exercising, right?
absolutely. So mentally you're not fit. Sorry, physically you're not fit. You're mentally you're not fit. So absolutely you're medically not fit.
And it's
So
going to
you'll see
show
that.
in all aspects of your life, right? You're not going to be the best version of yourself at any point.
Exactly. So end of the day, absolutely, once you go to the hospital, you can see your medically where you went wrong. That may be that may be too long, but still, if you really want it, you can see like that. So that's what happens. So regulate every single aspect when it comes to health and wellness.
All right. Because I think people kind of understand it a bit too late. Then we are behind in certain, when it comes to being healthy. People wait till they actually fall sick or the doctor tells them, you have this, this and that. And then you get back into, staying fit physically, doing something. So, but you don't realize that just should have been part and parcel of your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Tiron, just to add on to your point about mental resilience, the brain wires through constant repetition and habit, right? So constant emotional regulation also helps kind of literally rewire your brain into being mentally resilient in the long run as well.
Okay.
So I feel like that also really helps.
Yeah, of course. And I think something else that Tiron pointed out in the article that came out this week, is about having a support system and having a community to fall back on when things are not going according to plan. How does this help?
So again, as I said, you need to structure and you need to regulate your system. But the thing is, you've been human being, you can't be stronger, 100% stronger every single day. So the thing is, if you have the same mindset community, so the thing is, one is down, so other one will be helped out. So the thing is, let's say if you're unwell, but still you want to be in your healthy lifestyle diet, so you are not able to cook, or you're not in the right mind to order what exactly is a healthy meal. So your friend is there, just one call away, hey, listen, something like this, do you think you can help him? It's absolutely fine, because the entire community does the same routine or a same health, they're going through the healthy lifestyle. As likewise, if somebody is the late night, if they want to go for a walk, so it's too late, I don't feel safe.
Or you feel lazy, right? To do it alone.
So if you have some part, do partnership and let's go for a run, or let's go for a walk, let's go for a ride. So you can do something as well as with some when you doing the workout, or when you have the building community, so when you're working out with somebody, so the stress level, you can talk what you're going through also. It helps you to wind down yourself. The thing is, rather than you're trying all by yourself to deal up with whatever you're going through, maybe that particular person do have a solution, is easy solution, or just a matter of few words, you communicate with other person, which is really helpful. So I would say the building same sort of mindset would be is a long run, like rather like you being isolated and like you're trying to build your own self. So it helps to somebody else and it helps yourself as well. So I would say build not only yourself, build the community. So the thing is like if you're going to the gym, if you feel like the gymnasium is good or the workout is good, you feel better, just communicate to the other person, give the message, hey, let's go, just come for a trial, let's do the same thing. So then it's two to, you know, add on another one. So you will have like gradually you will end up with like have a fit community, I would say, and wellness community without your knowledge. It's just a matter of send a message. So building the community, just one message is enough.
Yeah, can change the course of your life. You'll have a support system that's actually keeping a track and perhaps taking you accountable on days that you're off track. And how does that work mentally, and how does it support having that kind of support system?
So scientifically, there's been research to prove this as well. With brain scans, etc. Talking to someone obviously reduces your stress because you're sharing the burden, right? You feel like you have someone else you can vent to and who'll actually listen to you. This reduces cortisol levels. So this also activates your ventromedial prefrontal cortex, right? And this is a section in your brain that helps with emotional regulation. So it sort of helps you stay grounded and reframes your stress as well. And having that support system doesn't just only mean, okay, someone to talk to, someone to vent to, and someone to share that burden with. It can literally be just surrounding yourself with calm people, because people generally tend to feed off others' energy, right? And when you're around people that are calm, you do mindful activities, you feed off that. And that also helps you emotionally regulate, and you come to better decisions under that state of stress as well. And it's not just, it just doesn't just provide support, it adds structure, and you don't have to just only rely on sheer willpower. So what I'm trying to say is, in short, it's not just comforting, it's also neurologically, it protects you from chaotic days as well.
Interesting. So I think pretty much covered most of the aspects that were discussed in the article this week. And it's been great having you in the show, Sumaiya.
I'm so glad to be here.
And thank you again, Tiron.
Thank you, Mitra.
With the right mind and resilience, you can hustle smart, balance life, and keep raising the bar. Until next time, it's Mitra from Raise the Bar.